haven't said this for over 6 months, mate, but we are busy.
We are.
Aren't we? And I'm leaving of a Friday this afternoon a lot happier man.
You look happier.
I am happy. Busy equals money equals me being happy. But they say money doesn't bring you happiness.
It does.
It does with me. Right. We'll go on about that in a minute, mate, because they've probably seen that in the background. We haven't seen a Cosworth for quite some time in here, have we?
No.
And this week we have 2. Well, 3 actually. This one is for sale. If anyone wants a nicely spec'd Cosworth that is fresh, we've got to take a few ancillaries off and just tidy it up a little bit because it's been sitting there.
Yeah,
but that has not been run. We built that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think so. Quite a while ago.
Yeah, and it's a decent spec, isn't it? That was going in a Mark 1 Escort.
Yeah.
But it is no longer. He's decided to change his mind and put a normally aspirated, throttle-bodied Vauxhall twin cam in there.
Yeah.
With a sequential gearbox mind, so that'll be a bit of fun, won't it? And he's selling this engine, so if anyone wants a Cosy motor, guys, there's one sitting here.
Yeah, hybrid T38 in it on that one.
It is, yeah, that'd be a decent spec.
I don't know what that's good for power.
450 spec, 450? Something like that, ish.
Fairly big power then.
Lovely, and all the whistles inside.
Yep.
Another Cosworth. This is from our good friend Scott from Devises Way, the one that specialises or is the man for the Renault Clio V6.
Yeah,
what a cool car that is.
Rear-wheel drive ones.
Rear-wheel drive, engine
wheel.
in the back.
Yeah.
Bloody good bit of kit that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, Scott's bought quite a few motors in here over the last few years. Great character. Turned up yesterday and always got some interesting tales to tell. He's bought this one in. This one here, you see, has got the crank in. It's a decent spec motor, this. Scott was going to build it up, and he's decided to let me do it because he ain't got time. So we're going to be Meccano in it. So I spent a good hour this morning. He brought in several boxes, probably half a dozen big boxes full of stuff, and I've had to sort out, see what we got, mate. So we've got the acrylite pistons. Bear in mind, we've done all the machining to this anyway.
So you've done your pockets in that already?
These have the pockets.
They come with the pockets.
Yeah, but I did do a dummy build and sort of do my machining on them.
Yeah.
So they're ready to go in, but I am going to be double checking. Cylinder head we've sort of done, all been ported.
Yep.
We've got some nice Burton H-section com rods. So we've got to gap the rings, we've got double valve springs, all the bits and bobs for the cylinder head. And then we've got all the bits and bobs in here, mate. So gaskets and all that stuff.
Yep.
So looking forward to doing that one, mate. Haven't done a Cosy for a while. Be honest, it's been nice doing other stuff.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed having a little break from them, really.
Well, like we were saying the other day, how many Cosies are out there still to be done?
I don't know.
Well, at what point are they all just done and there ain't any more?
Exactly, and you've got to bear in mind, we've done well, really, because there's a lot of people out there that do the, build the Cosies and been in the game for a lot longer than us.
Yeah.
Decent names like PJ Motorsport, who I used to turn to when I had mine before I got into it. So, yeah, it's I'm sure there's seems to be enough to go around. But, yeah, we're lucky we have them, really. But it's always nice to have one or two here. I do like to have them because I haven't really got to think about them, have I?
No.
We've got another one, which I've been doing the block machining for Jake. And we're going to go and see that one in a minute because the block's on the face. Last process, done the oil jets, done the 6 long studs, bored it, got the pistons and what have you, all in the box, and the com rods.
So are we building that or just...
No, we're just doing the machine and they're going to put it together. But we've left it, we've done one cut on the grinder and we've left it for the video, haven't we? Because it's a prime example of what we've talked about in a lot of the videos. This one for Tom, this is the lovely Honda, mate. So this is, I'm sort of at a standstill with this one because I've had to order 2 new head dowels before I put the cylinder head on. Head's all been built up, a lot of work gone into that. Big porting job from CTM Performance. Obviously we sent it off and we've done all the valve spring pressures and valve heights. And
I'm guessing he's got all the trickiest cams you can get and all that.
He's got all the big spec stuff. This is basically like a normally aspirated 280 horsepower spec.
So it's pretty much as far as you could possibly go with a B series without turbo in it, or doing...
Pretty much, bearing in mind it's a 1600 head.
Yeah.
So usually when they get involved with these Hondas, it'll be either a 2 litre out of a Civic, or the Frankenstein with the 2.4 bottom end, 2 litre head. But this is something a bit different. So we've got the B18C bottom end out of an Integra, 1800.
Yeah.
1600 head off the older, the Boffy's model. What's that?
The EK...
EK9.
Civic. Yeah.
EK Civic 9, EK9 Civic, whatever. And not only that, but it's stroked to I think it's 2.2 or 2.3 litre.
So
Can't remember now.
So yeah, unlike the K20 builds, which are just sort of use the different block and the K20 head.
Yeah,
it is
like
a proper mishmash. And
this is a proper mishmash stroker jobby, yeah. And to be honest, it's been so long that I can't even remember the reason why he's doing that. But he bought the block with all the, obviously the gasket's just sitting on, but it bought it with all the dart and sleeves in. So we had the pistons made. This is our own design between Tom and I, or Tom and us. And this is, because it is a stroker, there's had to be quite a lot of, if I just quickly turn it over, mate. Have we done this one in the last video, or am I just...
We did show a bit about the...
Oops.
Cut.
In the back here, you can see there's been quite a bit of carving of the block and what have you, but fortunately, he bought this block all done like that, so they have been running the stroker before, just not doing what we're doing. So all the hard work's been done, and he got it for an absolute steal. You would be looking to put these dart and sleeves in this block and do all that work to fit the stroker crank. You're probably looking £3,500 quid to do that work now.
Machining and bits.
Yeah.
Just for that.
A lot of work. So, waiting for the dowels on that. Right, let's head over to the Cosy block, mate, on the grinder. We'll show them what we're on about.
Torch.
So we have talked a lot in the past about these 200 blocks of the Cossies and why we long stud them. Obviously with a 205 block you can't long stud them because there's not enough meat in the base of the block.
Yeah.
200s you can, and people have asked why do you do it? Well, the main reason why we do it, and this is visible proof, because we always say, obviously because of the high boost application and the nature of the cast iron, basically you've got a head, as standard, you've got a head bolt that bolts into a thread in the top of the block, like in here. And what tends to happen over time is it pulls the cast iron up around the bolt hole to the point where it cracks, like it has exactly there, into the water jacket and creates issues. That's why the 205 block is scrap if it does that, and why we aim to go towards the 200 block. Not only that, but they're a thicker wall anyway. We've done one cut on here, mates. This is a 2 thou cut, and you can see visibly where it's cleaned around the bolt holes.
Yeah, it's probably better without the torch, to be honest.
Yeah, you can see it there where it's all shiny, and that is what your block face looks like, really.
Yeah, so it's not to be mistaken for this being a low spot. Well, it is essentially a low spot, but it's caused by creating a high spot.
Exactly. So it's, so it's not, I mean, in some applications, if it's blew a gasket before, there could be a particularly low spot to what it was standard, but more so, like you say, you've created a high spot here, which is obviously now cleaned, but it just, obviously, not just the fact that it's pulling the cast iron up to the point where it cracks, but you're never going to have a gasket sealing on that, are you?
Well, no, especially not multi-layer.
Which they all are now, which we use. So that is exactly why we do the long stud job.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And your block face might look all right when you Scotch Brite it or whatever, but...
The best ones are where they go over it with the old sanding block there, mate. And all that does is creep down every sharp edge, including the most important bit, around where the firing goes. So if we ever clean a block face off, it's always with a brand new razor blade.
Yeah.
Never use anything else.
And you can never assume that a block face is flat. I mean, you can use a straight edge, but the best way to do it is to get it up and face it.
Yeah. So that pretty much, this is a particularly bad one, but that's pretty much how every Cosy block will end up when you face it with one cut.
Yeah.
They always raise up around those bolt holes.
Yeah, and so basically what you were saying is that the long studs move that pressure to the bottom of the block rather than being up at the top, creating cracks and issues around there.
That is it, mate. So there we go. And it's not just the Cosies, it's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why these days, back in the day when you had the sort of fibre gaskets, they were a lot more forgiving. They could sort of sink down in the hollow spots and sort of create a seal. Not ideal, but that's why you would do a lot of it. You'd skim the head, gasket, and it would be all right. But with the multi-layers now, you need 2 flat faces. So really, if it's done head gasket and it uses a multi-layer, you should be facing the block face.
Yep. Well, we often get garages bring heads in, say, oh, can you skim that?
Yeah.
And then they come back 2 months later and say, oh, it's blown a gasket again.
Yeah.
And you say, well, did you have a look at the block? Oh, no.
No, they didn't.
But
too much work, that's the trouble.
Yeah, well, it's costly, isn't it, when you've got to start taking blocks out
for
a head gasket job.
Exactly. Talking of head gasket jobs, mate, da-da, the Escort's in bits. What the hell is it in bits for, you might ask? 2 reasons. Well, one main reason. Now, I've been running this engine in around the roads. I've been having a tinker with the Emerald ECU and the software. And I noticed, although it's not mapped or anything, obviously the ignition map you need to do properly on a rolling road so you can sort of get to various stages of load and revs and stuff. But I did notice that around 50% throttle or 50% load, because obviously this is all done off the TPS, 50% and more around sort of low sort of 2,000 to mid revs, probably 4,000 or something. It sounded a bit, well, a bit pinky really, a bit sort of detonation-y. Don't know whether it was, because these do have like a cam rattle that goes through the inlet and sound a bit horrendous.
I think, it might have been a bit, maybe a little bit of detonation or something, but at the end of the day, it's not being properly set up, and it's quite a high compression build. So
it is, yeah. You know. So initially, I looked back on my videos and through my notes, and I did actually do a video on me doing the compression ratio on this, and I worked it out that we ended up with 11.5 to 1. Spoke to Dave at Emerald, and he said quite high, really. I did try dropping back around that area in the map. I did try dropping back the ignition. Didn't seem to make a lot of difference. So this is going for mapping in the not too distant future. So what I've decided to do, mate, is take the cylinder head off, use a Cometic thicker gasket. I've worked out what I need to run 10.5 to 1.
Yeah.
Still higher than they were back in the day when you put the 1300 pistons in, which took them to about 10.2. So we're still up there, but we don't need to be that high. It's going to be a pretty revvy motor. I'm not that bothered if it sort of drops a bit of compression and kills a bit of mid-range torque. I just want it safe. I want to be, it's going to be a road car, like you said. I want to be able to just map it on 97 octane, and that's it.
At the end of the day, although it's a bit of a shortcut to change the gasket to obviously alter the compression, if this isn't what you want, once it's all been mapped, it's not very difficult to change the gasket again back to a thinner gasket, and you can play with it a bit.
You
know
can
what I mean?
do, yeah.
This only took me 50 minutes to get the head off this.
This is
day,
what I mean.
So.
When I said it originally, 2 reasons. One was that. So we've got an 86 thou gasket now, Cometic gasket, and that's going to take it to 10.5 to 1. But before it goes for mapping, obviously there's been a lot of time, a lot of money spent on this thing. Like you said, 3/4 of an hour, the head's off.
Yeah.
It gives us a chance to check the inlet and exhaust manifolds, which we're glad we did because they didn't look 100%.
Well, the inlet, it's got this waterway, doesn't it? And it looked like it maybe had been a little bit weepy, so...
Yeah. So we should probably try and get a bit better gasket there.
Yeah.
And also gives us a chance to take the head off, check the bores, make sure it's all running in all right, check the valves. We had some iffy stem seals, didn't we? Because this is running a double valve spring. We had some rubber seals on there, like total rubber seals.
They're actually, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that come with the headset for these.
Yeah, they probably are, yeah. But we've managed to, basically, a couple of them have come adrift, so they've slipped up the seal. It wasn't using oil or smoking or anything, but we've managed to get a nice metal-based seal, a bit like the BMWs and that use. Put them on, they ain't coming off.
Like a modern
seal,
really.
Yeah, and it gave me a chance to sort of have a look at the valves and all the rest of it, mate. So I'm glad I've done it. It ain't too much work, and at least I know now, after it's run around a bit, even on a base mat, it's running all right. I'm happy with it. So peace of mind, mate. And at the end of the day, this is a project, isn't it? So you know, it gives people a chance to sort of see what we're up to with it, really. In the meantime, we took the throttle bodies off. The good thing about my little wiring loom, mate, is we can sort of unplug it all here.
It's good, that.
Yeah. The only thing it's connected to now and why it's sitting here is it's the throttle cable. We don't want to disturb that linkage.
Don't undo it because it's already set up. So.
And we did say on the last video that we ordered that nice back plate and the pipe across filter, which doesn't fit on this because these are the short throttle bodies, and obviously this fuel rail's all in the way. So the only thing we can run are these twin socks here, what they call. And we've fitted those. You have to remove one trumpet on each one to get them on because they're all very close together. But they are sitting lovely, and it just, you might lose a little bit, but it just protects it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's protection. I mean, you spent a lot of money, a lot of time doing this, and you'd be annoyed if in 10,000 miles it started using oil and going a bit.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
So there we go, mate. We're going to put it all back together and run around a bit, see what it's like, see if it sort of kills that mid-load sort of noise.
Yeah.
And it was worth checking it all. So there we go. How long's that?
17.
Fucking that'll do, won't it? I think we're going to leave it there, mate.
Have we said about, like... Oh, we did say at the start.
What, the Ranger?
Well, just motors, like what stuff's coming in.
Oh, did we say? Oh, yeah.
We said.
Right, before we go, obviously we've said in the past that Ben Sanders has moved in there, SMC, which is where Stuart was. Absolute godsend because Ben's really, really good, especially with the diesel stuff. And it does seem like we've got a bit of a thing going on now, mate. So if we get people phone up with, you know, they want a total job, send a vehicle in, us to organise getting the engine out, we do the engine, Ben puts it back in, does all the extra bits, like sends the inject. Together we can work together and do the whole package. Yeah. And it seems to be sort of taking off, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do think it's what a lot of the more general reconditioning customers want. They don't want to have to take the engine out, send it down. They want to give you a vehicle and you
give us a broken vehicle, pick up a fixed one.
Yeah.
And this, for example, is one that Ben's took in. This is a job that Ben took in. It's another 3.2 Ranger. It was running, but it didn't sound very nice, did it?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I've said he's basically got it stripped up for yesterday, and we're going to be turning this round hopefully within about a week.
Yeah,
if we can.
Enough.
So there's another one that's in the pipeline, which is a 2-litre Ranger. We could have that entire job. So hopefully we get a steady stream of these, mate. Because it's a good little number. And the more you do, and the more you work with Ben, the more we get to sort of know what's involved.
Well, and hopefully we'll get a bit of a reputation for getting involved with those as well. And
never know.
You know,
there we
people have had stuff done. They're on the forums. And
exactly, yeah. And as I say, the more we do, the more we've got a good idea of now what the total job costs, not just the engine, but all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll leave it there, mate. I'm off in the old motorhome tomorrow.
Nice.
What are you doing?
Oh, a bit of that.
In the hole? Going
Hopefully,
in the hole?
You may have spotted the bird's nest at the back.
Work in progress.
Which I wish I'd never got involved with.
Work in progress. Now you're working with a wiring expert, mate.
Yeah.
And you bought some self-amalgamating,
self-amalgamating, or whatever you call it.
Tape.
Well, I'm just basically rewrapping it all because it was all crispy and horrible. But
building a new loom.
Yeah.
Well, really, but without all the rest of it.
Without doing any of the loom stuff.
Just making it look tidier.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get back Monday and see that in the oil, mate.
Hopefully. We'll see how we get on. I'm going to fill it up with oil and get oil pressure here as well before I put it in. So I might spend a bit of Saturday messing about doing that, and then it'll be in soon.
It'll be in soon.
Whether it's this weekend.
I like this.
I like that as well.
You've got it.
Same colour as the car.
Lovely job, Blake. Right, we'll leave it there, mate. Have a good weekend. See you next week, guys. Cheers.